Good.
Okay, bids for, we already discussed that. Bids for the demolition of the old DPW building.
We discussed the end.
And we estimate for repairing the foundation of the old township hall. Back to the siren.
So basically, all we have to do is just approve this being done, right?
I spent, you guys out there spend the 19,900.
Yeah, we have to
Oh, we get it
spend it,
back.
and we
You
get it
guys
back.
spend it, and you get 100% of it back. We have to show, the check and all the paperwork we have to do.
We paid up front.
So it's like-
Just like.
Just like the one out here, yep.
Just take it out of the chief's bid.
There you go.
Mhm.
It'll only be about half.
For 100 years.
Okay.
What's the turnaround time, how long will it take?
Let's go. I would say 60
It's the
days.
government, remember?
But it's county, it usually doesn't take as long. It's all, I would say within 60 days for sure. If I remember how we did this one.
Maybe right after tornado season?
Well, this one's functioning, so we're good. And so then we're gonna, I told them about, once we, you guys, if we get approval, I will call the company in and install, make sure it's we're gonna do it during tornado season, but, now, make sure it's a one-day turnaround. If not, we need to wait till later this summer when the chance of storms over, but it's gonna be more than that. So it's not gonna jeopardize the residents.
Well, they're gonna drill a new hole.
Right, so you do a whole, yeah, a new straight pole.
So the other one.
We're gonna have a straight pole, it doesn't gonna lean like this anymore.
Yeah, they're gonna put a straight pole.
I make a motion that we accept the pay for that.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the bid for the siren and pay for it. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Ethel?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie? Yes. Mr. Violet?
Yes.
Mr. Plaster?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremble, yes.
Okay. The supervisor's report.
We have to approve the executive session minutes that we received. We have to make a motion on those.
Somebody care to make a motion that we approve the executive session meeting?
I'll move to approve the executive session meeting minutes.
Or,
We have a motion and support to approve the executive session held 4/16/2012. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, supervisor's report. The stone hall for the township has been completed. We did Norman, Babcock, Myron, let's see, north of, we did Norman, north of Babcock, we did Babcock, Norman to Burge, we did Myron, North State, we did Babcock, Harris to Jetto, and Babcock, Jetto to Fisher Road. It was 1,560 ton of stone. And that has been completed, and the chloride, we're kind of on the bottom of the pole. They started at the south end of the county, so we're gonna get it probably a week or week and a half for the chloride.
We gotta tell them it's our turn to, they have to start reversing that. They do that every year. It's our turn to go first that day.
Oh, okay, I'll tell them that.
Okay.
I don't know how far I'll get it, but
Well, you can
I'll
try.
suggest it.
Okay.
Let's see, what's this over the bike path benches, I just, Henry Meta and I have been trying to get together now for a week and a half, and every time he's can have a meeting, he gets called out of town for something, so we're gonna try to meet this week yet, try to get those benches squared away, and then we're gonna go out and mark the spots where they're gonna go with the benches and the signs, so.
Mike, he was okay with those benches from,
He has not had a chance to.
Oh,
look at
he
it.
hasn't
No,
even
we haven't
looked
had-
at it.
No,
Okay.
no. So,
okay.
hopefully this week, you know. That's all I have. Clerk's report.
Actually, I don't have anything. We covered it pretty well. Everything I was working on, so I'm all set.
Okay, Jody, treasurer's report?
The only thing I have is, I just wanted to let everybody know that the last couple of weeks, we've been getting a lot of, not a lot, but we've been getting several calls from people, citizens thanking us for joining with Fort Gratiot on the recycle level. Appreciate not having to drive out to the Smiths Creek. And I've been there a couple of times, it's a pretty smooth operation, so just wanted us to let them know that, them to let us know they appreciate it, so.
And if I could add to that, next, the 25th is the last day that, was just a pilot program with Fort Gratiot Township for the recycling. I talked to the supervisor at Fort Gratiot, and the consensus that we've come to is that we should maybe try this once a month, because the last week when they had it, it was way down. There wasn't a lot of people there, and again, the nice weather and stuff may have slowed that down too. But and he was asking if and this is a question that I'm going to bring to the board, that we go and try to partnership with them and have that once a month. I think it's great for the citizens. There's a lot of people that love to recycle, instead of twice a month, because of the downturn that they had from the first two that they had. So that's something I think that the board needs to look at and see. And of course, we need to get some figures and stuff put together on what it's going to cost.
So they are through at the end of this month?
If the board would like me to pursue that with Doug and see where the figures are, and then just bring back the report.
Fort Gratiot is done the end of the month?
Yeah, we're done
The end
with
of
it,
May?
yeah. Well, it was only a pilot program for the 25th.
Okay.
So they wanted to see where it was gonna come, and now they're looking at extending it and doing it once a month.
Right.
Probably in the middle of the month. So, I think it's something that, we should look into and see what the cost of it is, because I think we've got a lot of good response from people wanting to recycle, so, and not having to drive 24-mile round trip out to the landfill and back to do it. Okay, trustees report. Cindy?
Well, I was going to say the same thing as Jody. I've run into a couple of people, actually one in the bank up in Lexington, who said to me, well, the person up at the bank in Lexington asked me if we had considered doing trash pickup as a whole township. She said where she lives, which is Sheldon subdivision, that Marcotte's in there 3 different times during the week picking up trash, and I found that kind of hard to believe. I mean, if Carol Ann has it, and Mike has it, and Jody has it, and they would not pick them all up on the same day. I don't know.
Well, I think what she might have been saying was that there's 3 different garbage
I think
companies
there's 3 different companies, yeah.
through there in a week's time, I think is what happens. I mean, you've got Jeff's and you've got Marcotte.
Waste management, Burtchville.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different, so.
Well, and maybe she wasn't looking at the trucks.
Yeah, that could be.
But she asked me about township trash pickup, and I said, discuss it if you want to bring it to the board. We'll look at it again. And I said, the cost is one of the things, and I said, and the other cost is that you won't have recycling with it, because that really puts the price up. Well, then I said to her, we also went with Fort Gratiot, and I reiterated about going down to the school and that it was a pilot program to try it. But I've had other people say to me that they were thrilled at how good it was.
Well, I think in negotiating with Fort Gratiot on this, if we decide to go into it, I'm going to try to negotiate to have it picked up in this township 1 month and in their township the next month.
Which I think is a great idea.
I mean, that's something to look at, but I would not throw it out the window for us to have to drive down there. Because they have an ideal spot to do it. They do it right at the Fort Gratiot School. You pull into one lot, and they got all the recyclable bins lined up there, and they've got people there that help you jump in their truck and throw all that stuff out of there. You're not there in 2 minutes, and you drive right on out, so.
They had it on both sides too, so I
Right.
mean, there's,
Yeah.
there's no waiting. If you were
I
gonna do
would
it here,
too.
you know.
It's
No
too confusing
cleanup.
for people.
Well, that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'd be there. I mean, most people go travel in that direction to get their groceries or whatever, so it's not that they're not going in that direction anyway. And they do have a good setup there. They've got the ideal location.
Okay, Al?
Just the asbestos people are supposed to be here sometime this week. Doing probably the day before. They'll be removed and then we'll do the next step. Do we have any idea, my other question is, do we have any idea when school is going to do our roof?
He thought the end of the month. We have the bill for the shingles.
Yeah, we paid for it tonight, so.
So they're all, and he wanted to bring them up here. I said, no, leave them out there until you're ready to put them on. But I think in a week or two, you know, I told him we didn't want it to get too hot. You know, it was 80 degrees yesterday and today, so, but he'll do a good job. Okay, before we get into the extended public comment, I just wanted to let people know that our clerk is going in for surgery. And let's remember in our prayers, it's a serious surgery, and let's remember in our prayers and keep her in our thoughts.
Thank you.
Moving on, extended public comment. Mr. Abernathy.
Yeah, I'm seriously concerned about the change in the cemetery ordinance about taking back graves. And I brought it up, before I brought it up last month, and you had told me, Mr. Apple, that you'd take it up with the township attorney, and I'm just curious if it was or not.
I really haven't gotten to him yet with it.
Okay.
You know,
Within the township cemetery management book, it does explain explicitly how that's to be done. One of my concerns is that if a plot is sold, in the first place, it can't be retroactive. So it's only on those plots that are sold from the time that ordinance takes place. It also must be on the sales or the deed itself. It must be notified so that it's not just buried within the ordinance. So that people up front know that if those plots aren't used, you can take them back and resell them. So I think it's extremely important that those rules be followed. It's not sufficient to bury it within the ordinance. The other thing is that
that came from who?
that's in the township cemetery management book. It's also a state law. Okay, so it's on page 62, chapter 16, declaring abandoned plots. Okay, so it's spelled out very specifically in there. I've asked about 4 times to have minutes corrected of things that I've said, and not once have they been done. I asked last month again the same thing. Tonight, I'm going to ask that the minutes be corrected on, well, March 19th. It was stated in the minutes that that there was an ad in the publication, referring to the Weekly Jester, that stated Burtchville Township is setting a policy of grave snatching. The ad specifically says Township proposes grave snatching, and there was a proposal, which I believe made its way into the ordinance, of taking graves back. However it's worded or not, what the ad was is incorrect in the minutes. They do not match. So you're putting in the minutes something that was not said, that was not printed. So what I would like to do is have that corrected, and I would respectfully ask that you do attach this to the minutes, so that people reading that will know exactly what was published. I can forward that at any time.